we will have a three-man playoff to decide our champion in Hong Kong.
At the beginning of the week, if you have the chance to be in a playoff to win this event, would you take it? So that's what I told myself, and I was like, all right, I kind of got excited again.
What will Abe Ancer's play be here? Aggression or safety?
And I knew I was playing against some really good players that had a lot of experience, but I still have a chance to win this event. Growing up in Reynosa, Mexico, where I'm from, I mean, golf is definitely not a huge sport, but we were lucky enough that we had a country club where I grew up going there. It was definitely not a super fancy country club, but for me at the time, that was the best place in the world. It was like Disneyland.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo andamos?
Checo, Sergio, right here. He was my first coach ever from 2 years old to basically when I was 5 or 6. He was there. He was the head pro there in Reynosa Country Club where I grew up. Being a professional golfer was always my dream since I was probably 3 years old. There's really nobody from Reynosa, Mexico that made it at the time to the PGA Tour. So it always looked like it was going to be a very tough path. At the time, my dad had to do whatever it took to take me to tournaments, and the credit cards were all maxed out, and it was definitely a lot of stress for my parents to do whatever it took to take me to a tournament, and we'll drive anywhere, and it didn't matter if I shot 65 or if I shot 85, as long as I put all my effort in every shot. They were extremely happy, super supportive, and now that I get to see how much things cost, you're like, wow.
He's been immersed in the game of golf since he was a toddler. His father, Abraham Sr., would take him to the golf course. He would play 18, then take little Abe out for 9 holes, and Abe would be out chipping and putting until long after the sun had set.
I don't think he finished high school, and he just started working at a very young age, and he never stopped. So he just figured out a way to provide, and I never felt in a moment that we were like struggling, but now that I was like, man, he had no idea how he did it, to be honest. And that, I know, provided a lot of stress, but he never showed it. He never told me one time that, hey, we can't really go here or there. He just took me and didn't say anything, so.
Un mensaje para los chicos que comienzan en el deporte, así como comenzó con Adán. Simplemente que los papás los apoyen.
It's something that I would definitely love to tell my dad, thank you for everything he did, which I know I did, but now that I've grown a little bit more, and it's like, man, it's pretty crazy the things parents do for their kids, so it was definitely extremely thankful.
Abraham Ancer, the 21st ranked golfer in the world, has officially joined LIV Golf.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I feel like everybody got some sort of backlash. I feel like I'm a pretty low-key guy. I don't really like attention that much. Obviously, my team and everybody around me was extremely supportive, but I did feel like we had something to prove, and I feel like I put a lot more pressure myself to just play lights out every week, and it just went the other way.
Abe Ancer of the Fireballs had a disappointing opening round of 75.
Maybe I was trying too hard, maybe I was trying to prove something to myself or to everybody. That probably didn't help in the first couple of years in LIV Golf. I definitely didn't see the results that I was expecting, that I wanted to. I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I just need to stop worrying about outside stuff and just play golf and not try to be perfect.
Abraham Ancer, what a day he's having. What a weekend he's having. He's got a 5-stroke lead.
Those first 2 days were just pretty flawless.
He's played virtually faultless golf.
A putt that really stood out, the hole's over here and I'm literally aiming at you, like a 90-degree turn.
He's got his back to the hole. No, right in the middle.
Seeing that putt roll in, it was really cool.
Abe Ancer is bogey-free. He has 14 birdies.
The last day, we had some rain. It was a little chilly. So I knew he wasn't going to play easy, but you can still put out a number, and that's when you can really see a lot of movement on the leaderboards, which I didn't like that, obviously.
And all of a sudden, from 6 back, Cam Smith is level with Abraham Ancer on 13 under. Paul Casey has made it a 3-way tie at the top of the pylon.
I was mainly just bummed up myself, not playing like I was playing on the last 2 days, but kept it under control and made par in 18 because I needed to still make par in 18 to get on that playoff. And 18 is a hole there you can make a big number very quickly.
Abe Ancer, Cameron Smith and Paul Casey will go head-to-head to decide the title.
I hit a 5-wood, and I hit it every single time I played the hole. I hit it really well. So I just kept telling myself I'm not changing any of the strategy.
I assume it's the same club he's hit the last 2 days.
Looks like it.
Oh,
Good swing.
this has split the fairway again.
Hit a little tight little draw, and thankfully it worked out well and hit it down the middle.
A really good swing, right when he needed it.
These areas where my tee shot ended up, this is quite steep. Like, this is a pretty good downhill lie. Paul was in the trees off his tee shot. He chipped out to the bottom there, so he needed to make not an easy up and down for par. Cam from the left, the rough, hit it in the bunker. And I couldn't see from here if his ball was fine or if it was plugged or what, but I knew I needed to hit a good shot because, I mean, if you played enough with Cam, you know that he can make it from anywhere. So I had about 150, 156 yards, and I wasn't gonna hit a soft shot. I wasn't gonna hit like a soft 8 because this is gonna make it a lot tougher. Plus it was raining a little bit. So it was time to hit a really full swing. I grabbed the 9-iron. Benji, my caddy, pretty much told me, hey, this is the shot of the day. You haven't hit a shot all day, but this is the time to do it.
Well, advantage Abraham Ancer, but you just can't, in your mind, assume par is going to get it done here.
I mean, you hit a shot, but you don't quite like, is the distance going to be perfect? Because I hit it, I was like, wow, that was the best swing of the day for sure. And I feel like that's why I did that little move. I was like, please, please be right.
Abraham Ancer! What a time to deliver a shot like that.
It was a really cool scene having everybody out here. Like I said, the weather was terrible, but they loved it. They had a great time, it felt like. I felt a lot of support throughout the week. Cam was in the bunker, but I don't think he had a good lie. I think he left it a little bit short of what he would have liked. And then Paul left it a little bit short of the pin. They putted before me, and they both missed. That's when I knew that par was enough, and pretty much it was a done deal.
And the spotlight falls on Abraham Ancer.
I was about right here, so I remember having about a 4-footer with a decent amount of break. So it wasn't a putt that you just know you're gonna make.
This is a scenario, the greatest scenario he could have hoped for.
So it was nice that at the time I already knew that par was enough, but you still want to make a putt, right? You don't want to miss that 4-footer.
Abraham Ancer has endured the full gauntlet of golfing tribulations today.
It was really cool. It was a lot of emotions that were kind of just bottled in from the whole round and the whole 2 years prior to culminate with a win and a playoff like that. It was really cool.